Well, welcome back everyone for another edition of the ETBU Men's Soccer Show with head coach Jose Alonzo. And we last spoke 3 games ago at the end of last week, Coach, and you guys were still searching for your first win. And you not only found that first win last Friday night, but you tacked another one on Saturday, and then had a very unfortunate ending to the game Tuesday night, or you guys would be sitting on a 3-game winning streak right now. First of all, how does it feel a week later? I know y'all had a little bit different focus last week. Y'all were still looking for that first win, but now you guys are right back in the conference race.
Oh, it feels great, and the only thing is that losing against LeTourneau was really painful, and you know what I mean.
It was a tough night to be a Tiger, at least at the end of it anyway. It was a very disappointing loss. Of course, if you didn't make it out Tuesday night in the annual match between ETBU and LeTourneau, 2 very heated rivals out on the soccer field especially, but the Tigers jumped out to a 2-0 lead in the first half. You guys got off to a great start and had the Yellow Jackets down, and then LeTourneau came back and scored a couple of goals on what I guess could be termed easily maybe a couple of breakdowns defensively, and then of course just scored the winning goal in the second overtime with about a little bit over 3 minutes to go, and were able to steal that 3-2 victory. Coach, the loss aside, I know the 2 victories also, we try to put all this in perspective, but your team is getting better right now, aren't they? They obviously had a real tough stretch at the beginning, but as their coach, you can say that they're showing improvement each and every time out, right?
Oh yeah, we have improved tremendously, especially in the front. We have more goals than last year already, and we really Pete and Christian with Juan, they're really doing a great job.
If you look at the Tigers statistics, and this is going to sound bad when I bring it out, but ETBU has allowed 26 goals on the year and only scored 11. But Coach, I believe 14 of those goals of that 26 have been scored in 2 games, in 2 of your losses. And then in the other ones, you guys have only lost by a goal apiece. And so if you take those, I know you can't do that, but if you take those two big losses out of the way, it's only like an 11-12 disadvantage for you guys. So you guys are right there, and obviously it showed Tuesday night. How have you been happy to see your team respond from the adversity and even be able to handle something like that tough loss Tuesday?
Oh no, especially after the loss, it was. Now I can say that it was pretty neat to see everybody, really quiet, very quiet in comparison to other teams that have had when we have a loss. They were very, very quiet. Of course, very upset about about losing the game, and it's a very united group, and very, very. Their attitude is great. So I really feel very good about this bunch of guys.
The Tigers got their first win of the year last week, on last Friday night, with a 3-0 victory over Texas Lutheran here at home. Coach, that had to be an extremely satisfying win for you guys, not just for the win itself, but the way you guys did it. You came out, you put some goals on the board, and then you hung a goose egg for TLU. What was the key to that game after having looked at it afterwards?
The Texas Lutheran,
mm-hmm.
It was just we changed the system, and it worked pretty well. And we've been doing some work with the forwards, and they've been responding well. It's like Pete is getting better every day, same as Christian, and of course Juan, is a tremendous player. So.
Yeah, the Tigers got goals, big goals throughout this 3-game stretch from Pete Fitzsimmons up front, and Christian Garcia had a game where he scored 2 goals, and then, as you said, Juan Ramirez is just kind of in the mix on all of that, whether he's scoring or passing. That followed up on Saturday night, actually, with a very exciting game, a very physical game here at home. You guys pulled out a 2-1 victory over Schreiner.
That was a very good victory because Schreiner came back very strong. They're really most of the coaches in the conference. When they talk about Schreiner, they say that it's the first thing that they say is it's a very team to beat. It's very hard to beat. And but we obtained a great victory, and so I'm pleased with the guys.
Well, overall, just in the past week, the Tigers have again put together that little 2-game winning streak. Almost had it 3. and you guys will be looking once again for another victory here coming up against the new opponent on Saturday, a new opponent to the conference anyway. ETB will go into their matchup against Centenary College over in Shreveport on Saturday night at 7 o'clock over there. The Tigers are 2-7 on the year and 2-3 in the conference race. But again, Coach, just those 2 wins over the last week have put you up into the mix where you can say you still have a shot to really make a push and earn a playoff berth, don't you? If you take care of business.
The only team that is way ahead is Maryland and Baylor, but all the other ones are in the mix, and we feel that we can be one of the top teams at the end. So.
Well, congratulations again, Coach, on your 2 wins. I know you guys were really kept working for that, and you finally got some luck to fall your way and got those 2 victories, and hopefully that can get us going here on the rest of the season. Again, the Tigers' next game will be Saturday night over in Shreveport against Centenary College. That'll start with the women's game at 5 o'clock, and then the men will cap it off in the nightcap at 7 o'clock. Coach, we'll talk to you next week and hopefully have a few more victories to talk about. All right.